All right, when you first sit down at your wheel, and this is called the wheel head, you might find that the person before you has used a bat, and we'll get to usage of bats later on. The wear, put your wear on, so you can take it on and off and keep it positioned in the same spot. These little pins go through, and sometimes they're kind of hard to get out. Usually keep a couple of pairs of pliers nearby and just kind of twist and lift those up. We usually don't put the little wing nut on the bottom, but they go right through the wheel and they're secured underneath by a little pin. So if they're not coming up, someone may have put the little wing nuts on them. So just kind of be aware of that. They go in a little cup. You can see there's tons of them. Some are getting kind of rusty. Clean them off if they're dirty. But you do not want those in when you're first starting on the wheel, as it will tear up your hands. So watch for that. The next thing that you're going to want to do is assemble the wheel. So I'm sitting at the Brent Model C. We have a couple different models of wheel, but they all work in the same basic way. Okay? I'm at wheel station number 7, and I've got wheel collar number 7. I try to keep those with the wheel. The wheel collar has two sides to it. You can see it's got the front and the back. The big piece, you see the two of them, the bigger one always goes in the back, and this one stays in the front. And you'll see why as we get closer to the end of throwing session. So the way that these go on is it has a little like ramp. You can see that little ramp type collar right in the front. That is actually going to go underneath. If you look under the wheel, you see there's a little extra space underneath here. That little extra space is where the wheel slides underneath. Sometimes people will get it up on top of that and they think it's on, but it's really loose. So I like to angle, I like to kind of lift on the back a little bit and then pull it underneath. You can see it's locked under there. And then take your hand at the back and kind of pull it towards you and wiggle it. What you're looking for is you're looking for an even space all the way around. If this is too close or it's off on the edge, you know that you have it on wrong. Okay? Now, we got the little short piece here, and it's got two open holes. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's these two little pegs, and they sit down there, and that's where these two little holes align to. Okay, so we're going to take that, and what I do is I kind of angle it downward. Okay, and once you get it even, you see the two edge, the little side gaps are lined up. All you have to do is push down, and it locks on. It should not wiggle around once you get it on, and that's how you would assemble the wheel when you start every day. Okay, the wheel has a pedal attached to it. Okay, it's not like a gas pedal in your car, and I'll show you why. And the wheel also has an on-off switch and a forward and reverse switch. So the way that you're going to want to do this is to first turn the wheel on. Some of these lights work, some don't. So you might have to look on the side and make sure that it's up. All right? And when you press on the pedal, the wheel should spin. All right? If the wheel does not spin, there's a couple things that it could be. All right? If we look over here with forward and reverse, if I just push it once, that's a safety feature. Now it's in the middle. All right? And if I push on the wheel or on the pedal, nothing happens. And I say, well, the wheel's on. Why isn't it spinning? Well, that's because you have it in neutral. So if I push again to the side, now the wheel's going to spin backwards or counterclockwise. Which way do you want the wheel to spin? You want it to spin in forward. Alright, if it says forward on it, the other way you can remember that is you just want it to spin counterclockwise, round and round. Alright, and we refer to this as a clock a lot of times. So 12 o'clock is here, 3, 6, and 9. All right, so if I refer to 4:30, you know it's going to be somewhere in this range over here. And if I say 7 o'clock, we're going to be down here closer to the center. So your 12 o'clock is always up here. Even if I come and sit next to you, I'm referring to your 12 o'clock. Helps make things a little bit easier. Okay, so that wheel head will spin around now. You got to go in the right way. You need to get everything together. So gather your supplies. You should have all your tools nearby. And you want to get some water. And a lot of people grab cold water. My advice to you is give yourself a little creature comfort and grab some nice warm water. It'll make your experience much more relaxing, dipping your hands in ice water every time you need to put it on the clay. All right? You're also going to need, I would prep and wedge 50 times at least 6 pounds of clay to start with. You're going to cut that into 2-pound balls of clay, so you'll have 3 2-pound balls of clay to get you started at the wheel. Okay? Make sure you wedge. Wedge, wedge, wedge. Air pockets and uneven clay wetness will kill this experience for you. Do not skimp on that. Every time you need more clay, wedge 6. All right? We'll show you why. I'm going to go wedge some clay up, and I'll see you in part 3.